Hey guys, me Blake here, the Yarn Guru. It's been quite a while since I filmed a video, but I normally don't do much knitting or crocheting in the summertime because I'm out in the garden or I'm in the pool or I'm at the beach or whenever I'm not working. um, but yeah, I'm here today to just catch up with you guys and share my recent projects with you because I started knitting and crocheting again a few weeks ago for the fall season. If you guys don't know, I run a Facebook page where I sell and take commission orders for a lot of my knit and crochet stuff. So that's what keeps me busy through the winter because and for the last 2 years I have been working a seasonal job where I only work in the summer and I'm off for the winter. So you can find me on Instagram as the Yarn Guru, and you can my Facebook page. It's also the Yarn Guru, and that's also my name on Ravelry, which I don't use a whole lot anymore. So if you're looking for a way to get a hold of me, it's better to leave a comment under the video or message me on Instagram. So we're gonna get right into it because I do have a nice bit of stuff to share, and I can't film videos that are too long because my internet here in Outport, Newfoundland is not the greatest, not even close to the greatest. For a 10-minute video, I'm looking at probably about 8 to 12 hour upload time. Sometimes more, sometimes the video's uploading for 9 hours and then it just stops. So yeah, first I just like to chat about a couple of fall things that I'm loving right now. I'm not actually drinking tea or coffee today during the podcast, which I normally do. But I just finished a cup of this tea, and it's going to be backwards. But this is pumpkin chai black tea from David's Tea, and it is amazing. I love this tea. It's so good. I don't know if you can see in there. There's like little pumpkins, like sprinkles in it. Oh. It is a tea you had to steep, like all tea. It's loose leaf is what I meant to say. It's fantastic. I love that. That's what I've been drinking lately. And what I'm warming today, because Ross does this on his channel, I love hearing what scents he's warming in his Scentsy warmers. So what I am warming at home today is pumpkin cinnamon swirl Scentsy. That's pretty self-explanatory. That's like a pumpkin cinnamon swirl. And then this one is autumn hearth. And this is like my favorite smell. My favorite type of smell. It's very like woodsy, spicy, like cider. I'm not like a fruity or like a baked good kind of well, baked goods more than fruity, but perfumey smells I really don't like. But yeah, that's my fall favorites for right now. So we'll get into the knitting and the crocheting, and we actually have a lot of knitting today, which is surprising because most of my videos have been like a lot of crocheting. Well, there's a lot of crocheting too, but I've been knitting a lot more lately than I have been crocheting. I'm still crocheting a lot. I still love it, but that's just not where my heart is at right now, so I'm really enjoying the knitting. But the first thing I have finished are these socks. That stripe is coming out very red, but it's not very orange, but it is orange. It's not red. It's coming out as red. But that's orange. These are my Halloween socks that I casted on my year 2017, I think. So I finally have these finished. I had one sock done, and this sock was finished to probably like right there somewhere. So I done this top part, and these are afterthought heel socks because that's the only way the heels fit my feet because I have really big feet. So for my afterthought heel, I just knit like 10 rows, and then I'll start my decreases in Kitchener stitch. These have a 1x1 rib. They were knit toe up. Desert Vista Dye Works Scaredy Cat is the colorway name. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but that's the colorway name for those. I'm looking for a self-striping Christmas yarn, so if anyone has any suggestions, leave it in the comments or message me and let me know. It doesn't necessarily have to be Desert Vista Dye Works. I would actually prefer if it wasn't, not because this yarn is not amazing, because it really is. I loved working with this yarn, but I'm just looking to try out a few different indie dyers and that. because I have knit Desert Vista a couple times, and I love her yarn, but I'd like to try out some other people's yarn. So let me know. I do want self striping. I mean, a long variegated would be fine too, but I would rather self striping. So next we have. I'll show you this first. This looks like a giant boot or something, but actually, it is called the Handkerchief Cowl by Ashley Lewis. I love this pattern. I seen it on Pinterest the other day and I had to make it. This is not for me. This will probably go in the shop, but it's great. It's got like the bandana part down there, so your coat will go over it, so you won't get any draft. It was knit on size US 15 needles, I believe. And this is Brunette Softy Chunky in the sea green colorway. And I knit a matching ear warmer to go with. So that's that set there. Super cute. I knit the ear warmer and garter because this has the garter detailing around the top of the neck and the handkerchief part. Next, this is a cowl. This is knit and fleece artist. Their sock base. I can't remember the name. But it's the puffin colorway. I can't remember the base name of the yarn. I don't know how many stitches I cast on for this. I don't know how long it is. I just cast it on. I knit 2x2 ribbing. Then I've done stockinette, more 2x2 rib. This is wonderful. I love how light it is. Because sometimes you just need something cozy, but you don't want something that's really bulky. I got this yarn at Cast On Cast Off, which is the one of the only local. That's not true. Not one of the only local LYSs in St. John's, which is the capital city of our province. But I think there's probably 2 in there. I believe Wool Trends is another one. But I got this at Cast On Cast Off, and she has a great little shop there. She does have an online store. So I will link to her shop in the description. Katie is the owner of that shop. She's fantastic. That's where I picked this up a couple years ago. I love that. Now, next is a Hitchhiker by Martina Bam. And this is a gradient yarn that I spun. It's a 2-ply. It was called Campfire. I spun this, I don't know how many years ago it was now. A lot of years ago, probably 3, maybe 4. It was just sitting in a bin under my bed, and I wanted to make something beautiful with it, so this is what I came up with. I am not keeping this. Actually, today, there's a special person that came into my mind that I think would like this. I'll just show you how. No, this is not necessarily how everyone would wear it, but this is how I think it looks best because it's not as big as the pattern called for, because I didn't have enough yarn where it was hand spun. So I do it like that, then I do that, and then I'll flip this up, and it's like a really nice cowl if you tie it. So I love this project. I knit this in a couple evenings last week. Size 3. The Hitchhiker has been around for a long time. It's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. I've knit probably 3 or 4 of these. I love this pattern. It's pretty mindless. It's beautiful, and this yarn, I absolutely love how that worked out. So yeah, there's someone special that is going to be going off to in a few days. Next, we have these chunky knit beanies with the faux fur pom-poms. I knit this one out of Burnett Burnett Premium in rainbow tweed, 2 strands held together. These fur pom-poms are wonderful. They're exceptional. They're not that expensive. I get them off Amazon. I'll link to that in the description as well. This is knit with size 11, 16-inch circulars, 1x1 rib for 8 rows. Then I do 6 rows in a purl ridge, 6 rows purl ridge, 6 rows purl ridge, 6 rows purl ridge, and then I'll do 6 rows, a round of all knit 2 togethers, and then another round of just plain knitting, and then I cinch the top. Love that. Love this yarn. Love this yarn. It's probably one of my favorites. Next we have a beanie in the same pattern. This one is knit out of Burnett Softy Chunky in Pumpkin, the same brand of pom-pom, just in a different color. I'm just knitting these up to have a few on hand for if we do ever get to have a craft show or a craft sale this year before Christmas. Next, sorry about that, guys. Next we have pumpkin hats, and this is what's been keeping me very, 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 very busy lately. So they're cute. I love the pumpkin hats. I do actually enjoy making them, even though I make a lot every year. So we got like 3 to 6 months. This one doesn't have a top or the ends woven in yet. All the way up to adult sizes. I sell these through my Facebook page. I do sell nice goodies every year. I love making these. These are made with the Crochet Creations pumpkin hat pattern, and I use Burnett Super Value and pumpkin, and Lush is the green color 5mm hook. So that is my pumpkin hats. Then I have a little Frankenstein style 3 to 6 months little beanie that I made. That was pretty cute. It's like a low-key Halloween hat for a little baby. This is made in Lush as well, and the black is just a scrap of like a Red Heart Super Saver or something like that I had around. Next, I've got 2 ear warmers, which are like probably my biggest seller in the shop. Closer to Christmas. So this one is crocheted out of Loops and Threads Charisma. I don't know the color though. It's like a tealy blue. And then this is back loop only double crochet is what I make these out of. And this one is done in the Hudson's Bay colorway of Lion Brand. Not soft and chunky. I'm drawing a blank now on the name of that yarn. Lion Brand. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it, and I know the name of it, but I can't remember. Not softy chunky, something chunky or bulky or Lion Brand. No, I don't know. But that's excuse me. That's what that is knitted up or crocheted up. I use 8mm hook. Now I only have one work in progress, and this work in progress is something that I don't want to work on, because I'm not enjoying it in the slightest. But my friend asked for a pair of worsted weight like cozy socks for the winter, which is what we will call vamps here in Newfoundland. I'm knitting these on size 6 Knit Pro Zings DPNs. It's all scraps, and this is charcoal. Burnett Super Value for the main color of that. It's all scraps for the stripe there. But yeah, that's my last project, which has been on the needles for a few days. I've finished probably like 6 hats since I started this. That's all I got on the needles right now. because I'm being a very monogamous knitter and crocheter lately, which is shocking, but good. Because I'm actually getting stuff done, because it's very typical of me to start a million things and finish none. But yeah, that's all my projects. That's all my finished projects. That's what I've been enjoying for fall. My tea and my Scentsy. I don't know if there's anything else that I want to talk to you guys about right now. Oh, yes. In the middle of October, the 18th, I think, is the day that I can begin. My garage is pretty large, and in the back of my garage, and I might have talked about this before, but I don't know, I can't really remember. In the back of my garage there's like a back part that has a wood stove and electricity, obviously. So I am going to be turning that part of the garage into like my craft room, studio kind of space. Not because I really have a lot, like a big yarn stash or anything like that, but I just would like to have a place for that to go where it can stay. Because I've got yarn and needles and stuff like all everywhere. Like I want to move it out of the house. It's out of the house, but literally, like it's right there. There's two big French doors in the back of it, which are beautiful. It's a really nice space. It's a pretty large space. So I've got to paint and refinish the floor and get new light fixtures, get some furniture, and all that kind of stuff for out there. So that's going to be like my October project. So hopefully by the beginning of November, that'll be done or close to done. It's going to be a big job because like everything out there got to be painted, like ceiling. And it's a pretty big room, like ceiling, walls, doors, trim got to be put up, and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be fun. I'm excited for it. And also I'm doing it so next year when I start school in June, I'll have a place to have a desk where I can do my schoolwork and I'm not in the house with any distractions or anything like that. I am starting, excuse me, sorry for, I got a frog in my throat today. In June I'm starting a horticulture course through the University of Guelph. The course is online, so I won't be actually moving anywhere or anything, but for anyone that doesn't know, horticulture is like a branch of agriculture that deals with like plants and growing and soil and yeah, that's pretty much the gist. There's a lot more stuff it deals with, but to anyone that's not interested or anyone that doesn't really know about it, it's not much point for me to talk about it. But I'm really excited for that. It's going to be about 2 years, I think, for me to get everything completed with that. And by the time that's done, I'm hoping that I will be opening my own flower nursery here not in my yard. We have a really big property. Like, our driveway is really long, not really long, but like we don't live near the street whatsoever. Like, we're pretty far back. And my property goes back behind the house, and we actually live in a semi-detached home. Once upon a time, this house was all one big house, so we're really close to our neighbors. Obviously, we share a wall with them, which is actually my aunt and my uncle that live next door. But we have a lot of land, and out in the front, so our neighbors are on this side. So on this side of the driveway, there's a lot of land out there that's undeveloped. So this year I really got into gardening and like learning about like the soil and the seeds and all that kind of stuff, and it's really interesting and I'm really enjoying it. So a lot of people are like on the fence about the idea of me going to school for that, like friends and family, but I'm not going to let that stop me because I think it's what I want to do, and I'll be sure by June if that's well, before June, because I gotta like apply and get everything set up for that. But that's what I think I'm gonna do for right now, anyway, so I can have my own plant nursery, and I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for school. I'm really excited for the idea of owning my own business, because I've ran like my own business, not obviously not to the depths of what you would have to do with like a real business, but I've always had like an entrepreneurial side to me, and I've always loved the idea of being my own boss and doing my own thing. So I'm pretty excited about that. So it's a lot of great things to look forward to over the next year, over the next 2 years. Yeah. So I'm just rambling on at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a like, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'm glad you guys stick with me throughout my 6 months, a year breaks that I take more often than I should, but you all know how it is. Life gets in the way sometimes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will be back. I'm thinking probably 2 weeks instead of one, because I don't really have enough to make a full podcast every week unless it's a really busy week. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.